So Jeffrey Epstein, he killed himself in his prison cell, right?
Supposedly.
Supposedly. And then Virginia Guthrie, her family released some words from her journal, and they're calling it a suicide, but many people are like, no. And I guess the attorney, even her attorney was like, I don't think she committed suicide.
I did not follow up on that recently, so they are saying that.
Yeah.
It is weird though, because she was very outspoken about it. Like, she was an advocate. So usually you can handle everything going on. And what I heard was her kids were taken away. Did you hear how bad he was?
Who? Was it her ex-husband? Was he awful?
Yeah, he like beat her, I guess. And then before she called the cops, he called the cops. Somehow that's how the kids got taken away. And that's why
How old are her kids?
that I don't know.
I think that's complicated, but they're like, yeah, so if you believe that she committed suicide, then you believe Jeffrey Epstein did too.
Yeah.
So they're saying it's like a conspiracy that, they're murdered. I don't know how I feel about it yet.
The whole
I think
thing's
it's very questionable.
the whole thing's weird. And somehow I feel like it ties into what you're hearing about P. Diddy. I feel like it's two similar situations.
So do you think Justin Bieber is going through his life crisis because of P. Diddy?
How is it not associated? Even if he doesn't put that together mentally, I feel like he had to see and witness some things. Have you watched some of those videos when he's with him in the past and it just seems awkward?
I have seen some of the ones when he's younger, and then everyone's bringing his parents into question, like, why would you let this adult male with your son all the time? Well, by the way, it's to give him a promising future. The kid wants to sing, and they're like, oh, this is going to be the mentor. So you can't really judge his parents on that. I mean, I don't know how I would feel about it either. If my kid was a great singer, if my kid was Justin Bieber and P. Diddy came up to me and was like, I want to mentor him, I'd probably be like, okay, can I come with you?
I feel like a lot of the parents, when they have kids that get into this social media influencer, money outweighs. I think there's a lot of parents that take over managing their kids.
And they just push them.
Yep. And they see P. Diddy, and I think money is somewhat a factor. I swear there has to be a moment they're like, should our son really be hanging out with this character? I mean, I don't know anything bad at that point. You didn't know anything horrible, but
it's kind of like the whole Michael Jackson. Always heard these rumors, you think it, but would you let your kid go spend the night there without you? I don't know if I would, but I might contemplate it, but in the end, I don't think I would have.
You don't know though, because you're so blinded by the fame and
it's probably a problem. Like I say, go with your gut.
Yeah.
And that's kind of leading into, too, a lot of kids are going missing right now because of meeting people online. Like there was just a girl in Michigan where the guy was indicted. I think she was like 16 though, so it's not like she was 13 or 14, but she
ran away with somebody on the internet, which could be scary. So it's like, hopefully they don't stop taking all these serious. A majority of them do have good endings where bad decision, rebelling against the parents, but there's other times where that person is a manipulator.
Yeah, they say that if your child's telling you they're spending the night at someone's house, to go that extra mile, call the parents, make sure they're saying where you think they're going to stay. I can't tell you how many times I had to hunt my oldest daughter down. She said she would be staying the night at someone's house and she was going someplace she shouldn't have. And it scared the crap out of me. And I think as she became an adult, she had told me, I look back at what I was doing and realized I was putting myself in harm's way. But when you're young, you just don't think like that.
Didn't I use you as an excuse once, and you were probably worried about me, so you told my mom? We talked about that. But I believe that time was an awkward moment that I regretted going. It was horrible. I remember it. I probably didn't think that way back then. Now it's even scarier.
But then again, you think about it another way too, was I really a good friend for doing that? I don't know. It can go either way.
I don't think you would have did it for the reasons of just like being jealous. You would do it for the fact of she's making stupid decisions and I'm afraid for her. So
yeah, I don't know.
But Justin Bieber, supposedly he's poor, like broke right now.
I hear that. I don't know if I believe that though. But maybe then again I do. I think once you're spending money on all the things he's probably spending money on, it'll go quickly.
And if you're not in the mindset to work right now, and I feel like that might be the case.
That's true. He might not have good investments. Like, I guess rich people still need to invest.
Yeah, like Kid Rock is actually really good at investing, I hear.
He seems to have a really good heart.
He is one I totally misjudged. Or he changed from when he was younger till now.
And could you imagine being from Detroit, growing up with like not much, and then all of a sudden having like millions? I mean,
I've been waiting for that day.
I mean, I would probably do the same thing. So it's hard to judge. Or like Eminem, who talks about like living in a trailer park, which, by the way, I think is so hard. Like when you're raised in a certain environment, it's really hard to break out of that mold, if you will. We had some young girls doing like an externship where I work, and they lived off of like Erie Street downtown, and they would like tell us stories that they just thought were normal stories, like my car was towed, or my windows were broken in, but that was normal. Could you imagine that being like your normal life? And then how do you act out in the real world when you're like raised in this like, crazy like environment that's not everyone else's norm? They got let go after a few days. They didn't get to come back because they also went out on their lunch and got high in the car and came back into work. I mean, you just have to be professional and know your boundaries and what you can and can't do. And they didn't know how to do that. So I think it's hard, when you're growing up in an area like this. We have it across the board. Like you have really nice areas, you have really bad areas. And how do you change your home life when you're used to something?
And right now, I feel like in Toledo, first off, I'm a realtor, so I don't say what's good, what's bad when somebody asks an opinion. I have my personal opinion, and I'll tell you where I'll live, where I won't live. But now it's not even just the school districts or the neighborhoods, it's street by street. Yeah. You could be in one street and be fine and go the street over. It's like,
like you have like 2 streets of good, 1 street of bad.
Yeah.
10 streets of bad, 1 street of good. It just depends.
Or just one bad neighbor that made the whole block bad. I mean,
which, yes, that can be a thing, like horrible neighbors.
So we have a neighbor group for my neighborhood. What had happened is the girl that created it back in 2015 made a post the other day and she said, I'm leaving the group. I haven't lived here in 10 years. I can't keep up on permitting the post. And it's going to delete. So they're like, oh no, after all these years, our neighborhood group's going to delete. We're going to have to start over. But it didn't. She left. It stayed on. But now new people are in charge. And the first thing that comes out is a 3 photos and this guy saying, who do I talk to get my neighbors to pick up their yard? And then everybody starts commenting and somebody's like, that's my house. How can I help you? And she's like, my family rent it from me. And he's like, first you can start by picking up the trash and you can have them pick up their toys. And then everybody starts asking the guy that posted, like, did you talk to the neighbors?
Right. Like,
did you go to the neighbors first or are you just coming to us? And he's like, that won't help. Automatically, he did not talk to the neighbors. He just outed them. And first, if you have an issue, give the benefit of the doubt. If you're afraid to have communication, leave them a note.
Right.
And
write them a list.
Say how you feel. The worst thing you do is go to social media without giving somebody a chance first. Yeah. But I thought it was crazy how the whole atmosphere in this group is going to blow up and it's going to be drama now because the new admins are going to let everything go. It's going to get a little wild.
And your area is like one of those too, where it's not like it's a bad area, but like maybe there's a lot of rentals.
You're really around, go across the street maybe, and you might hear
some of the home values are kind of like a good price point for your average working person. So, and a lot of personality.
What's even crazier is one of the comments was, you don't do your spring cleanup till after Mother's Day. You'll mess with the birds and the bugs and everything. You're supposed to leave all the leaves and stuff not touched. And somebody else said, or you could just go move into an HOA. And of course, my husband had an opinion. He said, or you could just take care of your neighborhood and keep things nice. And then some other neighbors, like, of course, the neighborhoods went down in the last 10 years. And then people are like, renters don't care. But that's not true.
Some renters do care.
They do. You just got to find, and people care. Either you care or you don't care.
Sometimes you don't know till you get them in there. I mean, I've had some tenants that I've really enjoyed and other ones where I go over there and I'm like, hey, you got a ton of toys everywhere. You've not cut the grass. And can you, not leave a cooler on the front porch for a week?
Yeah. Yeah.
This looks trashy. And she's like, I'm so sorry. You know, my mom didn't really teach me what I should be doing. And then she cleaned it up. So
And never happened again, right?
yeah. And I mean, I wouldn't say it never happened again, but I think she was more conscious of
Yes.
what she was doing and realized we care. Like, looks do matter.
Yeah.
At a property.
That's the other thing. I know we talked about generations the other week,
Yeah.
but with doing leasing, I had some young kids I moved in, and I realized time is nothing. I was like, okay, we'll be there right at 6 p.m.
They're not.
They just don't understand. They're like, okay, I'll be there in 20 minutes, and I'm sitting in my car. We wouldn't do that in our generation.
Yeah.
People have lost the fact that time,
Professionalism.
what are they? What alpha generation?
The AI generation.
The ones that are like 19, 20 now.
There's no urgency.
None.
And you have to care about other people's time because time is money.
And I hate to
it's rude.
I hate to say it, there is lack of personality. It's because of all this.
I am interested because my daughter's in customer service. You know, she's 18, so she works a customer service job. She's not overly friendly and she doesn't smile when she talks to people. And that's such a thing. Like when you smile when you're talking, it changes your tone. It changes just everything. And she doesn't get that. She's like, no. And I'm like, no, yeah.
Your expression can say it all.
Your tone.
You're the one that can't hide your expressions.
It's true. It's true.
If she thinks you're wacko, you'll see it. Hey, that's.
I try. It makes me feel so bad because I'm such a dick. This guy
Honesty is good,
something off, and he smelled so bad and like gagging people's faces almost. And I'm like, come on, care. Like, please.
But he probably doesn't know.
He probably doesn't
Nobody's probably ever pulled him aside and said, hey.
Well, maybe, or maybe they did, but he doesn't have the ability to change it. Sometimes I think like he smelled like he had 18 cats.
You know, some people I've learned with cats, we went to get dresses altered for a wedding. I think it was Jeanette's wedding. And the lady that did it had cats. She did a great job altering our dresses. Smelled straight like cats. We picked them up the day before the wedding. It smelled just because her house must have smelled. Some of the girls actually confronted her on it and said, this is horrible. I also think she had like a leak in the house, like really bad. Couldn't upkeep, probably like leaks with moisture and mildew. And sometimes I feel like you get used to the smells that you don't even know that you smell.
I'm always worried about that. Like I always ask people because my husband comes in, he'll be like, it smells like cat. It smells like this. And I'm like, I don't think it does though. But then am I that person that just doesn't know and my house is really stinky?
My mom always asks me if her house smells old yet.
Yeah, because there's a smell.
When you get older, you do get a smell.
It was,
it's like probably what you use. It's probably hemorrhoid cream, winter cream, and some Bengay and mothballs.
Oh, see, when I say my grandparents' house smelled, it smelled like a cross between like dust and potpourri, and not really like gross things, just like.
I don't know what she meant, but that was funny. I just always remember she said, does my house smell like old people?
But no, some people do smell like that. I do know what she's saying, but it's hilarious. I hope I never smell like mothballs.
I like that smell.
Do you? Oh, it's really bad. I hate it. It makes me wonder, like, when people come in and they smell like that, I'm like, do you actually keep mothballs in your house, or is it something else that makes you smell like mothballs?
I don't know.
So that's weird. Okay. I did have another thing I wanted to talk about. So there was this guy from Indiana and he was in some form of office. I don't know if he was like maybe like a city councilman or something of this nature. It was his daughter's 21st birthday. So they went to Las Vegas. They were drinking, celebrating her birthday. He took her back to the room and raped her.
I did. You sent me this, didn't you?
I think, you know, it's kind of weird to me because one, I don't obviously understand incest. It's wrong. It's rude. I mean, doing anything to any child is rude. She changed her last name. Her dad lost his job in office. The whole town was shocked.
So was she sleeping? Like, was she coherent and he raped her like forcefully, or was she like probably drugged or messed up and remembers waking up and then being like,
Yeah.
that happened, but she couldn't control
She
herself.
didn't really say, but I don't think she
Hopefully
was
she
with her
did.
full faculties. I don't know if he was convicted or just like arraigned for it, but they were pulling surveillance and things, but that's just so weird to me.
I'll be honest with you. I knew a girl, her dad had molested her. She was very open and talked about it, but she had forgiven him to the point to where her two children would be able to go over and visit her father. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Would you get to the point if you knew you were molested by your father that you would forgive him and allow your children to go unsupervised with him?
I think that's neglect, personally. Also, was he convicted or just that he did it and
See, those are all the details I don't know.
Because he should be a sex offender, and if he really did do that, he should be held accountable and then not be allowed to be around children. And the fact that she didn't come forward, that's on her. That's fine. That's her life to lead, but I think that's neglectful to let your children.
My thing is, I don't know that once you do something like that, that you can turn it off. And even if you can control not doing it, just knowing you might be having thoughts, all it takes is one
bad
instance or one easy opportunity. It's just disgusting.
I think they can be reformed. I don't think someone who finds young children attractive can. It's like saying someone that you think is hot. That person will never be unattractive to you unless they do something that disgusts you.
So what are your thoughts like though when you get like a 16-year-old that girl that's with an 18-year-old? At first I was like there shouldn't be differences, but really I guess there are as far as the tiers that they use. But half the time these people don't register.
I do think that they say if you're within like 2 years of each other, like you can't. I mean, I think every state's different, but most of them have some kind of built-in
Like
verbiage like
yeah.
that. Like if you're within 2 years of each other, it doesn't count or something. I don't know. I don't know how I.
My Citizen app pops up. I've got quite a few sex offenders within a half mile of me.
Same.
And it's kind of creepy. And they always come up late at night, which I don't know how they cycle their alerts to go out for sex offenders. I don't know how that works.
I do feel like every neighborhood should have something because, like, I was just telling you earlier, like, you knew a guy whose family owned a house down the road, and I told you that this weird guy was chasing my daughter at a park, and she goes, I know what house you're talking about, and I know someone that lived there, and I about died.
But it was mental health too, which is scary.
Yeah, or because they don't really have control over their
Yeah.
minds.
Yeah.
But I think that's the kind of stuff that needs reported. I neglected that and never put it out there. I probably should have.
That reminds me, when I lived in apartments for a short time, Sunnydale, I had a neighbor, nice guy. He was younger than me, but not much. Unique, but he had straight up told me that he had schizophrenia.
Oh.
So he's like, as long as I take my medicine, I'm good. It was sad to me because you could tell something was wrong, but medicine really helped. But it's just crazy that anything could happen if you stop taking your medicine. Like
they get something in their head, you don't know what they're going to do.
schizophrenia is scary.
It is.
I couldn't imagine if you seen things that weren't there.
Yeah, no, that'd be very scary.
I wonder why it happens. Like if it's
Just
a chemical imbalance.
I thought, unless I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I mean, a lot of that stuff is in genetics too. Depends, runs generational in families like depression, which depression was a chemical imbalance. So,
And a lot of it they're finding is probably hereditary in a way because your genes are based on families.
yeah. I mean, ours went down. Like, my mom had problems, my dad had problems, both of my girls have some issues, and I think that's okay. Everyone has to work through their things, you know?
Do you think there's one person in the world that's just legit happy? And like you're like the best who's the best person in the world that's just amazing? Rosie isn't mine in my life. It's all about everybody else.
Yeah.
Herself. Like
Giving.
there's got to be one person in this world that's just happy every day of their life. And would that be normal?
I don't know. I don't know anyone.
I know the richest people in the world
They're kind
become the saddest.
Yeah.
Well, look at Elon. I mean, you're getting to the point of going to space. I mean, you have to think outside of the box. Like let me out the president now. Like, what happens when he's done with all this? He's going to be really bored, and it's probably going to be a weird situation years down the line that we hear about involving him. I don't know.
I don't know either. I think either way, you know, it's not easy to be poor. It's not easy to be rich. It's not easy to be middle class, you know.
They say the middle class is going away. You're either going to be rich or you're going to be poor.
I think you told me this before.
Scary.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's true if you research it.
I mean,
well, because I went to a class for it.
I mean, we make more money than we did in the past. My family. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, but it also doesn't feel like we're doing that much better because everything's so expensive.
You're probably going to go towards the rich side.
I don't think that.
Well, I mean, if that's true, if middle class is shrinking, you're more set to be going towards.
I think that means we're all going to be poor then. Like the poor are going to be poor, and then we're going to become the poor people. In my head, that's the way it works. I don't know.
We got to get to the rich side.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right, guys, subscribe.
Well, yeah, I need to go to the rich side. We were contemplating earlier about changing the name of the podcast because I was like, you know, love our conversations. I think that's so fun.
I think people automatically think we're trashy. Our name has trash in it.
I think that's what makes it kind of fun if you did. But I thought it was ironic that you came in and you were talking about conversations and we need to do this.
Casual conversation.
Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, I was just thinking about changing the name to something conversation. But yeah, we kind of can't. We kind of already like built this brand for our 10 people that watch us.
But we can put those words in our song once we make our song. Lately, I just feel like random conversation, then I don't have to edit.
You know, like I just leave it there and see how it goes. Look at this cat in the background. I don't know who he thinks he is. Hi, kitty. That one doesn't even let us pet it. We've had it for like 8 years. We found it outside and we're not allowed to even pet him. He acts like we abuse him.
Hi, kitty, kitty. She kicks you, doesn't she?
I know. That's what he acts like. Everyone's like, why is he so scared? I'm like, I fucking know. We found him outside on Jackman Road. We had to leave Jackman too. It's probably like over here, like scared to death. It was traumatized, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, I think Biscuit seems timid. Sometimes I feel like he was beat, but I love his mom I got him from, so he wasn't, but he's unique. He freaks out easy. Like,
yeah,
don't pet me.
Yeah, that's this one too. It's so weird. Just like humans.
Yeah.
Weird.
They're ankle biters, though, my cats.
Did I tell you that Ron was like dying when we did that test for the autism thing? He goes, I cannot believe you even did that test and you're going to tell people that you might be autistic. I'm like, well, why do I even care? I don't care. And he goes, that's embarrassing.
But you are actually hearing.
Are you embarrassed? Like, I think he's embarrassed of me.
But autism, though, like you can fully function and be on the spectrum. I mean, look at Elon Musk is on the spectrum.
I mean, yeah, someone else was too.
Right? Donald
Jeffrey
Trump.
Bezos?
Trump's probably on the spectrum. No, he's not.
Like
Trump has got to be a Leo. Is he a Leo?
I don't know what he is.
No, I'm just
Someone
kidding.
told me at work the other day that he signed a bill to outlaw paper straws. Now, granted, paper straws are disgusting, but I don't know if that's true. I almost wanted to like Google it or chat GPT.
Next, there'll be a protest of keep the ocean safe people over there.
Yeah, well, I mean,
yeah.
I get why people have paper straws. They're just gross. But I don't really think he signed a bill into place about it, but maybe he did. I don't know where this girl gets her information. She told me she watches a lot of TikTok. Do you watch a lot of TikTok?
No, I don't. Actually.
Yeah, I don't. I have TikTok because of the card business. Like I put cards on there for sale, but I don't like look at it or use it.
No, I post on there sometimes. I've been trying to build it up a little, but I've been too busy to do much of anything.
Sarah's had some cool people contacting her about a la carte services. So like instead of people managing or paying a management company, they can just individually like get her to like say deliver a late notice or go to court for them or, you know, what do you want?
Rent your properties, tenant placement. I can find you approved qualified tenants.
Yeah, so I'm not good at explaining this stuff, but I do think it's very interesting, and I might use it to up the rent for one of my tenants that I feel guilty about doing.
Because you pay me up front. No,
yeah, right. The day before. But that's putting a lot of trust into you, though, that you're going to do that. Because, I mean, technically, you could screw them out of their money.
It's scary, too. Like, you can get threatened by somebody. Like, when I deliver a 3-day notice, for instance, it's scary.
There's a lot of trust going on here. Like, there's trust that you're going to do the job that you're paid for.
Yeah.
There's trust that you're going to get paid by these people.
there's trust. I'm not going to get shot delivering the notice because it's not anything to mess with somebody's housing. It's very scary.
I only bought properties in Washington local because I didn't want to go somewhere. Like, I just don't trust everybody.
Granted, they paid me a fee to deliver a 3-day notice, but within
Words are
5 minutes, guess what? Within 5 minutes, that tenant paid their rent. And guess what? His lease states they get charged back the fees. So he didn't really technically pay me. His tenant had to pay me. I can help you with your leases too.
Yeah. So I don't know. It is interesting. I think it's cool. I like it. And you're your own boss, which who doesn't love that?
I mean, I do like the flexibility, but I'll be honest. I end up working more than I would a 40-hour work week, but there's something about doing it
when you're ready,
yeah. I mean, even though I end up doing it a lot, I can take a break and run and do this if I have to. Yeah. I do love being my own boss.
That's huge.
I could tell people no if I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
There has to be a good reason to say no, of course. Don't give me a house to say it's ready to rent and it's full of cockroaches. I'll tell you no.
Yeah.
But it happens.
Not going down to Cherry Street today, people.
I'll guide you into being the good landlord.
Then maybe someday you'll find someone who doesn't mind delivering notices on Cherry Street. So then you could take all the money and be happy.
Yeah, I don't mind delivering them. I take my bear spray. Just in case.
Bear spray. Is bear spray more potent than pepper spray?
Bear spray would be a felony if I sprayed it on somebody by accident because I think you can die from it.
Oh, so bear spray is more potent.
It's dangerous. Yeah. Okay. That's why I yelled for Brian for keeping it in the cupboard in my kitchen.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Ron and I want to go to Pictured Rocks for Memorial Day.
It's beautiful. I'll have to find my photos and show you.
You told me that sometimes
I did not see a bear.
I need to borrow your bear spray.
The closest I got to a bear is the garbage cans are like special because bears can get in them.
That's so cute. I love that so much.
And my brother really scared us. He put the speaker in the woods and made it sound like a bear was coming. He may have a recording of this.
I'll be honest with you. Who comes up with that idea?
It's so scary.
Little jerky is like, I'm going to get one over on these people and it's going to be fucking hilarious.
I forgot to mute my phone.
He does that.
Yeah, my brother did it. And I ran in the house and shut the door and left everybody outside to die. So I feel kind of bad because I was like, you really don't know what you're going to do until it happens. And I thought it happened and I was like, I'm out. I left everybody.
Might die.
Now I always thought I'd be the hero trying to kill it. But nope, I was like, ran in that house so fast.
God, I don't know what I would do, but I just can't believe that that's how he scares you guys. And that's what's his entertainment for the day. I do love that though, because I would.
He has always been the jokester. He used to lock me in the basement and turn the lights off. Me and your brother, Brad.
It's like, that's not really a joke. That's just rude.
Yeah.
But.
Or we played bowl.
Funny too.
We played bowl and he put the pillow and said, run. And I crashed and I cut my head open and had to get stitches.
Are you serious?
He took the pillow. He's like, run to the pillow as fast as you can. And we had the hallway where straight ahead's the wall.
That sounds like the making of a.
And I was like, okay. And I'm running. And then he took the pillow.
God. Brad, that is mean.
Yeah. He gave Lindsay vinegar in her bottle once too.
Also rude. Oh my God.
He's gonna hate me.
Is your dad like that too? Because I thought your dad and Brad were kind of alike, but.
No, Brad is a soft-hearted soul besides all those evil things he does. He's a good brother, except for he likes to play jokes.
Pranks. He's a prankster. But the pranks aren't like.
Well, the one moving the pillow, that was kind of messed up.
Yeah.
The vinegar, that was kind of messed up too. She lost her breath for a minute. My dad.
Brad was probably in a lot of trouble. Your dad scared the crap out of me.
No, I did crack Brad's head open with an ashtray. You know those big, heavy glass?
From back in the day? Why?
No, I don't even remember. I was little. No, I don't know. I don't even know what he did. He was probably doing something mean.
Well, what if he was just trying to be a good brother and that's what made him get strange because you hit him in the head?
I did throw a wire grill brush at his face too once as hard as I could. I don't know if I hit him though, but if I would have, it would have hurt.
Sibling rivalry.
Yeah. Did you have him?
Yeah.
You guys were far apart though. How far apart are you guys?
We're 6 years, but yeah, I do remember fights. remember a lot of fights because my mom would like instigate them. And I mean, and fights in my home were physical. So
I remember always wanting to be nice and hang out with her, and you did not like that.
I know, because I was jealous. My parents were nice to her and really mean to me, and I enjoyed Lauren when she was little, but I would get jealous over the attention she would get because they were like so physical with me and not with her.
So that brings me to jealousy. My brother was popular.
He was.
So I had popular friends that would come, but
Not me.
no, she didn't care about them. I did have some that used me for my
Popular
brother.
friends. Brother had popular friends that would come to the house.
Yeah, he had like the cute boys. So the girls would hang out with me and be like, where's your brother?
Okay, I did do that. I did think it
Where's Brad?
Yeah, I'd be like, is Brad here?
What's
Can we
funny?
go play in his room?
I had a best friend, Julia, if you watch me, hi. And we were best friends, and she lived 2 doors down. And then the unthinkable happened of years of being neighborhood friends, grew up, and Brad and Julie started dating.
Remember that?
I was heartbroken. I cried for days. I threw a fit. I was so mad. They didn't last long. I probably broke them up. They probably broke up. My mom probably made them because I was so heartbroken. And then he started dating another girl, Valerie, and I became best friends with Valerie. Brad hated it because then when he'd be bad, guess what? They were calling me like, where's your brother? Or your brother cheated on me. Like,
Brad, you're a dick.
and then I became best friends with Sandy, May's mom.
Yeah.
Like all his friends. But then I learned it was the same thing as my friends in high school and elementary. His girlfriends were only becoming my best friend when they were about to get dumped. No, that's not true.
like
Sandy and I we were close. I still love all his exes.
I think they really did sincerely like you. You're a very personable person.
They did, but I think the intentions at the beginning, it's been in here.
Plants grow gnats.
They also grow oxygen.
Hey, that's true. I sprayed it for bugs, and I still get gnats. But I only have I only have three plants now because it grosses me out so much.
Plants get spider mites.
That's gross.
They're little baby spiders.
Oh, I did kill a black spider in the bathroom today too, and that was gross.
Don't ever kill a spider.
I have to. I hate them.
I love them. I don't even go see mine anymore.
I'm so terrified of snakes. And there's a 2-headed snake on the television this morning, and my daughter comes out, my 18-year-old, and she's like, "Oh, it's so cute." And I'm like, "It's fucking gross."
They have a real one?
Yeah, it's a real 2-headed snake at some like exotic snake store in another state.
Yes, I'm gonna get us off topic, but this is casual conversation. So the girls that are attached, like I was reading a whole article about them. They're getting married, like from the neck down.
Oh, those girls that share the body
and have husbands and
yeah. So like one of you is in love with him, and technically both of you have to have sex with him now.
yeah.
And you both have individual brains and have individual thoughts about this.
And what's crazy is their feet are definitely separated. Like one controls one leg, one controls the other. Like it's so crazy. I'm mind blown by the way that all works.
That's pretty intense.
But could they not be separated? Like nowadays.
Well, it depends on the organs and where they are. Like, do they have 2 separate hearts?
But what you
see what I'm saying? Because if you only have one heart, one of you gets the heart, then the other one's going to die.
What? They have 3 kidneys too, I think.
Yeah, so you have to have the right kind of parts to be able to be separated.
So what would you think that it would be weird for somebody to date them? Like, do you think you'd have to be a specific person?
Missed relationship.
I mean, if you want a threesome, you'll get one all the time. But
yeah, that's true. I wonder if one gets mad, like, why are you looking at her? You're not married to her. You're married to me.
Like, and sometimes your mind with sexual situations, your mind can control. Like,
is he in love with both of them or just one of them?
And do they both get horny separately, or is horny just one of them? Is it like, I mean, I know you have one vagina, but sometimes it comes from, they only have one brain, right? No, they have 2 heads.
Brains because they have 2 heads.
I forgot.
So they each have their own thoughts, which is what makes it, I think, the hardest. I don't know.
Like, so are they each getting married to a different man? You would almost have to marry. They do have 2 separate guys they date. Like,
okay.
So you would constantly be busy on dates and sex.
Like, friends get her head over here like this, like, don't look.
So who?
What's like, I mean,
Which one feels the pleasure? Do they both or one of them? I gotta look that up. Are you curious though? That is weird. I mean,
I don't want to overanalyze it because that's just tough.
they do sports and stuff.
I don't know. I feel like that's really tough because I think they deserve to have love and they deserve to do what makes them happy. But then you're also trying to appease the other person you're attached to. I don't know. It's a lot to think about.
I just hope nobody thinks badly of them because they sleep with the same guy.
Yeah, well, I know. I don't know. It is.
That would be pretty messed up if people were like, that's disgusting.
Well, it kind of is, but they deserve love. And so that's why I'm like, I don't know. I've never been a person with two heads, thank God, because I am awkward enough with my one person in my one body.
What happens if one gets the flu and one doesn't?
One feels really sick and is depressed. And the other
Do you think they
doesn't.
both get sick at the same time?
Maybe. Yeah, if they share a stomach.
We should test.
Do they have two butts? They could have two vaginas.
We should do something. We should try and attach ourselves to each other for 24 hours.
Absolutely not. Now that would be.
Oh gosh, you would cut yourself off.
I don't think I could do it. I would just go nuts. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's even fun to even contemplate that.
Yeah.
No.
You know, one day that's gonna happen.
Siamese twins? What is
Yeah, Siamese twins. Do you think one day somebody will pay to be attached to their twin? I bet you there's somebody in this weird world that said, I'm an identical twin, but I want to be, what is it? A Siamese twin.
Well, I feel like that's wrong. I don't think that should be allowed. It's like when they came up with like that thing where they would attach. Oh my God. This is a thing that they did back in the old days. I've heard this. It's like a human, or no, maybe it was a movie. Maybe it was a movie about a human centipede. You told me about this, didn't you? Or was it my daughter? My oldest.
A human centipede. I did not tell you.
So what it is, I think if you look it up, and I could be way wrong. I'm even uncomfortable saying it. You like attach the mouth to the butthole and you keep doing it down the line. So like your mouth would be attached to someone's butthole and my mouth would be attached to your butthole and we'd go down the line.
That's what a human centipede is?
Yeah.
What do you do with the butthole?
Their shit.
No, they poop.
Yeah, and then you feed it to the next one and it goes down the line.
People do this?
Okay, no, I don't know if it was just a scary movie, like a horror movie, or if like Human Centipede is real.
I'm going to ask ChatGPT.
You know, whoever was that one watcher on our YouTube that says you guys need to quit smoking crack, I feel like now would be the time for him to say that.
And we're not smoking crack.
These are just real thoughts in here. But sometimes I get mixed up because we talk about too many things.
Yeah, but this is casual conversation. I've been listening to more podcasts and they're totally off topic.
Really? See, I listen to ones that are normally true crime because I'm obsessed. I do listen to some things like about mental health, maybe like ghosting and, you know, just like, I love it. I love listening to stories of con artists and gaslighters because it's so interesting to me to think if I would actually be like duped by one of these people. I probably would, but I'd like to think I wouldn't. What?
I don't know how to spell centipede.
CE.
It gave me the movie Centipede. I see.
Did you look up Human Centipede?
It says, I got it. You're asking if anyone has actually tried to recreate a human centipede in real life. Is it real? There's no verified documentation. It's called coprophagia fantasies.
It's a fantasy. That's disgusting. That's not a fantasy. That's like a Saw movie.
No medical professional, ethical adult performer, or sane human would actually carry out the surgical concept in real life. So
it was a movie.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a disturbing movie. So anyway, I'd never seen that, but someone was talking to me about it, and I was like, holy shit, what? And I feel like it might have been my parents if it wasn't.
Look at, they made a
Don't
human
talk to
centipede
too many
right
people.
there. I don't think they're, maybe they are. Yeah. Don't look it up.
Yeah, so I don't know how these things come up in casual conversations at all, but they do.
She's weird.
They do. I know at work it's so funny because we'll just come up
Like
with the
work
strangest
talk.
things. Yeah, like water cooler talk, and you're like, is this appropriate? I love it because my boss, she'll say, am I seriously saying this out loud? Like telling you people this, like I should not be telling you people this. And I'm like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. People will say things and then be like, oh, I want to take that back.
Yeah.
Too late. Can't take it back.
Yep.
Hence why we don't go live yet. Being so
Oh my God, I know. I have to be able to edit things out. I'll never forget, like, we haven't done too many interviews. One, either Jessika doesn't like them and doesn't want to interview them, or two, I'm embarrassed, or three, I just don't know how to interview people. It's so uncomfortable.
Yeah, you call them groupies.
Oh my God, I know that one interview. Oh my God, it was
So
awful.
look at, so Facebook has been telling us we can get 8.9 million viewers, but look at how much money they're telling us to spend. Spend $34,700 more on your ad to get up to 8.9 million followers. So why would Facebook think I have $100 to promote an ad for our podcast?
Which I think only has like
Mark.
1,000 followers. I mean, we're not making any money. They all know this, but hey, give me 34,000. Okay.
Mark Zuckerberg, why is Facebook suggesting I spend $34,700? Please let us know.
Yeah, no, not gonna happen.
I saw that and I was like,
I have to pay off.
I saw that suggestion because we always do their suggestions. This one we're not doing. And I was like, did I accidentally spend like a lot of money on an ad? Why is it saying that? Like,
Yeah, no.
It's just saying we have no hope.
We have no. I have hope. I have hope.
I have hope. We have hope.
I don't know what we're hoping for, but anyway, just as long as someone else is learning something and they're news, because that's what I love about podcasts is I just find new things to think about, talk about, do. Like I'm just that kind of person that always wants to do something. I'm
just hoping somebody at work's got their headphones in. We're making their day a little better. And we teach them lots of stuff. That's good.
Like the Human Centipede.
Yes.
Totally relevant information on Talking Trash on Tacos.
Yes.
With Sarah and
Jessika, just a hoe.
Oh, or that. And you know, Sarah doesn't have a nickname, and I think that's unfair that she gets to call me Jessica and I don't call her anything.
My dad calls me Pumpkin.
Not calling me Pumpkin. No.
I know. Is that because I was fat when I was a kid?
Oh, you and your dad always have fat.
Or was I orange? Was I jaundice? Why did they call me Pumpkin?
Alexis was jaundice, and she was so cute. She looks like a little monkey. She just wore this puffy black hair. My dad's friend always called me Sarah Lee. And I would think of cheesecake. I think of frozen pound cakes. I think of frozen cheesecake. Sarah Lee has frozen cheesecake? Yeah, I only thought they had pound cakes. I take them to the holiday parties and take them out of the wrapping so I could be like, I made this. Do you really? No. Okay, because I do buy this. I mean, I do. And I put it into a different dish. So you do it. But I don't like pass it off as mine. If someone asks, I'm going to tell them it was from there. I just want it to look better. Like it's not a prostitute, it's an escort. Same thing, one just looks better. That's funny. That's all I got. I applied, I put in to be on Kelly and her husband, Mark. Do you know how they do their like show where he has to try and guess what's the truth and what's the lie? Kelly and Mark, it used to be like Regis and Kelly. Yes. Okay. Yeah, the husband and wife duo now. I've not really seen it since they've been doing it together, but I saw when Ryan left and it was just a little chaos. They were finding people to fill in and then Mark got in there. I don't know. They're kind of weird to me, I'll be honest. I think she seems like she'd be a feisty, like mean. Yeah, she seems like she can be a dick. Yeah. For sure. She does. But I don't know. And she's so tiny. She's like a little peanut. I feel like you could just like snap her right now. She's so tiny, but she's cute. I guess they quit drinking 5 years ago. Did you notice an abundance of people talking on Facebook lately about the quitting the drinking and the getting healthy at all? Because I'm seeing a lot more of that. I am seeing a lot of it. And I wonder, is this just because our age? Older now? It's that's why Brian said it's our age. Like this is what our parents did, except not my parents, because mine were just not like that. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's just for people that are trying to be better and healthier.
Yeah, but the younger generation, I feel like they don't drink a lot. Do you
That's
think?
true.
Like Elena's not. My
Yeah,
kids aren't.
Never drank. Alexis isn't a big drinker.
What about your
Skylar
kids?
doesn't drink.
I think we were like bad.
Your kids drink?
No, not really. I mean, they might on occasion, but no, not like drink.
I
No.
wonder if it skips generations.
So you think their kids are going to be alcoholics? Yeah, right. They're going to be addicted to the
Maybe they're like, my
internet.
parents weren't cool. They didn't drink. Let's see what this is about. And then they like it. I don't know. Maybe it goes in phases.
Yeah, but I know
Like
it's
flows.
true though. I feel like
Cyclical. It all comes back.
we're in the like get healthy era of the world right now.
Yeah. It's true.
Doctors probably hate that.
I know. Elena asked me when we're going to come up with a cure for cancer.
Dandelions. Those things in your yard right now have so many things they could do for you. Dandelions. Look it up. Promise.
Are you smoking crack again?
You only have one in your yard, but you do have one.
Well, that one.
You better tell your treatment guy.
We don't have a treatment yet.
Dandelions. Look up the benefits of it.
We do have Floridian grass though, so it looks brown until summer, so then it'll turn green again. I don't know what it is, but it's weird. So it looks dead all winter. That's weird, right? Because look at the house across the street. They have the greenest grass ever. And look at our little
grass
patch
is
of gray, you know.
Do you know what happened? So we rent places, and one of our clients worked for AT&T, and we have the boxes in our yard for AT&T, right? And Brian's particular about his yard, and these box guys are coming all the time to do work, and guess what? They park in the grass. So Brian, over the several years, has called to yell at them and say, park in my grass again. I'm going to, like, he's threatened them. I'm surprised the cops haven't come to our
like
house.
Fear thy neighbor situation.
And so this guy is new. He's relocating. He's like, he doesn't do the work to go to the boxes though, but he's like, oh my gosh. He said in the office, there's a note on the wall that says, do not park on this address grass. So yeah, that was crazy. I was like, Brian's like, oh, so that
is that person. You know, some people are just made to be grumpy as old people, and Brian is going to be one of them.
Oh,
so particular about things.
He put up these spikes now, like the tall things that reflectors in the grass now, but don't park in our grass. He will come at you. But everybody does walk by and say, your yard's nice.
No, it is. It is. But I don't know if I could be that weirdo, like that anal.
But it'll get really ruined. Like they've literally tracked mud and made like track marks all over the place. Things do
happen though, because we have so many children. So when we have like Sunday dinners, like sometimes they have to park in the grass over there. And Ron does say it like creates tire marks.
Oh, Ron would probably be mad, but I don't think he'd voice it. He'd yell at you about it. Like these stupid idiots parking. He would send a note, an email.
I don't even think.
Is he a caller, bitcher, or would he email?
No.
Or just whine to you? And you'd be the one eventually to be like, forget this, I'm calling.
Move your fucking cars. My husband will shut the fuck up. That's what would happen.
Speaking of dandelions, they help flush toxins for the liver. They promote bile production. They help your digestive aid. They are anti-inflammatories, natural diuretics. So if you want to lose some weight, rich in vitamins and minerals, and offer blood support, sugar support.
How did you find out it has these abilities? Or
because
how does it have these abilities?
My sister posted something about this on the internet, but I also heard
she like really homeopathic, and her husband's a doctor, so I gotta kind of believe
sister-in-law, other sister.
Ooh. Okay, but
she posted something about it, and I was like, interesting. I thought that he was yelling at that car.
No, I think that
we got
outside there's this car going by yelling at this boy, and all I'm thinking about is how all these kids are coming up missing, and they're like yelling at each other. I'm hoping it's her kid, and she's like, "Get your ass home now." Yeah. Otherwise, I don't know what happened.
Otherwise, we witnessed something bad. No, just kidding. Here comes Jessica. The beautiful weather's out. My citizen alerts already went off a few times since I've been sitting here. Let's see.
I do love that. Did you see that the homeless people were making a ruckus in Lowe's? I think I posted about it. They sleep in their cars, and Lowe's called the police on them. I posted on Talking Trash and Tacos about it because I thought that was weird.
They moved from the Myers, I heard, in Point Place.
Really? So they're just like living in their cars, just sleeping in parking lots? I mean, that's what I would do if I was homeless. Because I do see a lot of homeless people.
Some of these alerts, though, that one you posted the other day was hilarious.
I don't remember what it was.
So, man assaulted woman at climax. Gentlemen's club. Here's one of my sex offenders.
Oh, you pay for it. You get to see yours. I don't pay for it.
I'm getting the rocket thing because I pay for a lot that I'm not supposed to
Oh
be
my God,
paying.
so terrible about this. I think that I could probably make $100 a month off of Sarah. Just pretended to be her Racketin. I don't know what. No, what is it?
Rocket, not Rocket.
You got Racketin, and then
Rocket something where they tell you like what you're paying for in your apps. Like, oh, I've got 5 Netflix.
So what I'm telling you, Rocket people, is there's too many fucking Rockets. I don't even know what your app is, but I know what it does, and I would have to Google it because there's too many Rockets that I don't know which one you are. But Ron was talking about getting it because he's upset over his memberships too. But Sarah, she's the kind of money waster. What's the thing? Like, she signs up for Patreons like none of you are doing.
Sorry, I got sidetracked.
Which is what you all should be doing, is paying for our
Patreon.
Paid subscriptions to Patreon.
How much are we?
About it. $5.
$5.
That's like a gift.
Jessica will send you feet pic. Anybody who joins, subscribes this week, you get a feet pic.
Let me tell you, I freak my husband out because I can spread my toes really far. And then my second toe is bigger than my big toe. And that freaks him out. He hates my feet. He thinks they're disgusting. So maybe someday I'll show you guys.
I actually have a tail. I have a tail.
You have a butt tail?
A butt tail, but I can't show you guys. Yeah, it's like, it's literally like I have a tail.
People are born with tails.
How did you know that?
Because I've seen it.
When you gave me a back rub?
Not your tail. I've seen it on TV. Like,
I was going to say, my tail is close to my tail.
Yeah, I've never seen your tail. We've changed in front of each other, though, but I'm also not like trying
I never changed. Ryan still hasn't even seen me naked.
Anyway.
Not on purpose.
You're silly. So, yeah, I don't have any, like, weird birth defects, per se.
It is beautiful outside.
It is.
And we're here entertaining you guys. With a nice window, though.
But you're also entertaining us.
That kid looks frustrated.
Each other. Yeah, that's the kid that was...
He had to run home and do his chore. He didn't do something. So now he's going back to the park. That's what Mom was yelling. Mom was like, get home and do that, and then you can go back.
Look at the naked baby.
Aww, I want to go to the park. Take me.
See, with me knowing sex offenders live on the other street, that wouldn't be happening because people are fucking weird. But I'm just a mom looking across the street and that kid's cute. It's just so cute. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, we're excited to show you our song when we make it.
Yeah, our song. And Sarah said a bunch of kids are going missing in Michigan. I don't know what that was about, but it looked like quite a few. And
I don't remember the details because I sent that to her a while ago.
It's true. But I do wonder about it. Are you all interested in finding more about why?
Yeah, we'll have to research more.
For sure. There's a lot of, like, crime.
And by the way, there was a kid that recently said he was going to be stolen, which doesn't help us. Parents are taking accountability and saying that they're sorry that he lied about being stolen and that they do not want that to affect people being...
And they lived on Elm Street here in Toledo.
That one? That was just one I didn't even talk to you about that I found out.
But I saw it. That makes you wonder, is the kid starving for attention? Because I would lie when I was younger because I just wasn't getting the right kind of attention. I was quite a liar when I was young.
A fabricator, we'll call it. Yeah. Over-fabricated.
I mean, I'm just admitting that I wasn't the best person. And I think maybe they need to look into why their kid's doing this. Like, there's got to be, like, an underlying reason.
Usually there is.
Yeah, so check on that one. Because... maybe he just needs something that he's not getting. Anyway, that's all I got.
Yep.
That's all I got.
Bye.
See ya.
We're Sarah and Jess pulling chairs to the table, sharing these stories wild and unstable. Trash talk to tacos, it's how we play. New episodes dropping every Tuesday. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. Casual chatter like friends in a room. sun and loud as the moon. No subject sacred, no thought too small. We're chewing on life, answering its call. We laugh, we cry, we spill what's real. Heartfelt, bizarre, the chaos we feel. From late night debates to pondering why. We're your best friends on a podcast. Hi. From top shelf wisdom to jokes down below, we've got a rhythm that'll steal the show. Hold your coffee, spill your tea, talking trash as tacos in glee. We laugh,